The last few videos we've been focusing on are triads. We started with major triads. We said that a major triad is made out of the root, third, and fifth of a major scale. And then a minor triad is made the same way, except you lower the third half step from a major triad. Then we said that an augmented triad is made by raising the fifth a half step. So today I'd like to take up diminished triads. Now these are not diminished seventh chords, that's a different animal. We'll cover that later. But a triad is a three-note chord, so a diminished triad is like that. You lower the third half step like minor, but also the fifth half step. So you lower the third half step and the fifth half step to go from major to diminished. Okay? So this is C major, and that's C diminished. That's F major, and I have to lower the third and the fifth. There's no black key to the left of C, so I have to play what looks like B, but it's really C flat, isn't it? So that is F diminished. There's G major. If I lower the third and fifth, that's G diminished. That's D major. If I lower the third and fifth, that's D diminished. Here's E major. I would lower the third half step and the fifth half step, so that's E diminished. That's A major. By lowering the third and the fifth, I get A diminished. That's D flat major. By lowering the third and the fifth, I get D flat diminished. Notice that the third is lowering from F to F flat. Can't call it E, you got to call it F flat, because you're lowering the third a half step. Okay? And then you're lowering the fifth a half step also. Okay? E flat diminished would be like this. You lower the third and the fifth a half step. A flat diminished, you lower the third from C to C flat. Looks like B, but you got to call it C flat. And you lower the fifth, of course. G flat diminished, you lower the third and the fifth. Now, you already have flats on the third and the fifth, don't you? So you have to call them double flats. So you have to go from B to B double flat, which looks like A, and D flat to D double flat, which looks like C, but you'd have to write D with two flats in front of it, a double flat. The B major chord is like that, so if we're going to lower the third and the fifth, we end up with all white notes, all white keys. That's the only diminished triad that's all white, incidentally. And then the B flat major chord, if we lower the third and the fifth, that we get B flat diminished. So let's take a quick review of all 48 chords. By 48 I mean there's 12 major chords, 12 minor chords, 12 augmented chords, and 12 diminished chords. So let's do that quickly, okay? C major, C minor, C diminished, C augmented, F major, F minor, F diminished, F augmented. G major, G minor, G diminished, G augmented. D major, D minor, D diminished, D augmented. E major, minor, diminished, augmented. A major, minor, diminished, augmented. D flat major, minor, diminished, augmented. E flat major, minor, diminished, augmented. A flat major, minor, diminished, augmented. G flat major, minor, diminished, augmented. B major, minor, diminished, and augmented. B flat major, minor, diminished, and augmented. So there's 48 chords that of course you can play anywhere on the keyboard. You can play them in your left hand, in your right hand, you can play them upside down, any way you want to play them. Okay, so 48 basic triads. And next time we'll get into a four-note chord, such as adding the sixth or the seventh. And we'll take up those kinds of chords as well. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.